the like ugliest Sims in The Sims 4. So let's go. So I randomly generated this guy as the first guy we will do. So right now I'm just messing with it, kind of seeing what I can do. I used to just make like funny looking Sims a lot, but I haven't really in a while. So at first I was just experimenting with what you could do. But after doing like 2, I figured it out. So basically I'm just putting some, gave him a long chin, and I'm just messing up his features and everything. Yeah, so I'm giving him a big nose. I'm just trying to make him look as like ugly and cursed as possible. So right now I'm just basically like I was before, just seeing what I can do with it. So if you notice, he doesn't look too cursed right now. He looks kind of normal. So so I went out and checked what it looks like from body view, and it looks not that bad, but it also looks kind of normal. So I had to add a few features just to make him look as cursed as possible. So I gave him a longer chin. It like sticks out. I pushed his lips back into his body, and then I enlarged his nose. So now he looks a little more bad, like a little more weird, but he still doesn't look that weird. So I'm gonna have to add a few more things to him right now. So I gave him the eyebrows way up. I brought his face down, and then I gave him the Chinese looking eyes. So now he looks kind of weird. I think he does. Looks pretty weird. And just look at that side view. That is cursed. Just the way his chin sticks out and his nose and everything. I decided to give him small lips, but I think I may have changed that later on. I gave him the small lips because I just thought it'd look better. I made his head longer, and I made the rest of his head small, like short. Now I'm going to be changing his hairstyle. So you will notice in this, everyone has a mohawk. I did that on purpose just for fun, but yeah. So I made this dude really white. I gave him all the wrinkles and stuff. So now he looks kind of funny now. I gave him the rednecky teeth, but he's the only guy I really gave like wrinkles and different teeth to. So now I'm looking at a hairstyle. So I chose mohawk because I thought that's like the funniest hairstyle on here, just for the stuff. So this is our first guy. I'm gonna generate a name for him right about now. I don't really know. Oh yeah, first I'm gonna work on his proportions so he looks, I don't know, weird in proportions. Make him bad. And if you see that PlayStation thing popping up, that's because I overdid the proportion thing, and it's like asking me if I want to change my setting. But just ignore that when that pops up. So, I'm basically just messing with his body, making it look as funky as possible. Yeah, so I think this is going to be about it for the first guy. I'll generate, a name and everything. So now I'm going to the name. So I don't know if you can see the name, but can't really see it. But I generated his traits, and then I just randomly picked his main trait. And his name is Bowen Anderson. So now we have this girl. And I am commentating over this. So in my opinion, she definitely looks the most cursed out of all of them. But after the video is over, you can drop a comment saying which one you think is most cursed and stuff. So I'm giving her big lips so she just looks funky. I was trying to just see what I could do with her stuff and stuff, you know. So I gave her the big lips, the small nose. Then I made it a little bigger just to see. And I think that looks pretty good too. So yeah, I shrunk the nose again. I don't really know why. But, oh yeah, there's that PlayStation thing again. I gave most of the Sims in this like long chins. I don't really know why, it just looks kind of funny for the Sims. But yeah, so I brought her eyes up and I kind of shrunk them, I think. I may have done that right now or I may have done that later. Yeah, so I shrunk them right there and I messed with the eyebrows, make those look funny. So basically, I think she looks pretty cursed right now, but that's the ears and everything. We cannot forget the mohawk. So I make her face longer just to make it funnier. I shrink her neck, and I think she looks pretty cursed already. But now I'll be giving her the mohawk. And so I accidentally went to short hair, and the mohawk is then medium hair. So I went back, I went to medium, and I went to the mohawk. So I give all of them the mohawk. They're like the mohawk gang, I guess. But for some reason it didn't generate to having all of them have a mohawk. So I had to give her a mohawk like, I don't know, all the times for her different style thing. So I think she's the most cursed, but you'll see the rest, and I don't know, just leave a comment saying what you think about it. But the video is not over yet, so just keep watching and you'll see the rest. So yeah, I'm basically just messing with it, giving her all the different hairstyles. Now I'm generating her name. Her name is Savannah Sela, I think. I can't really see it. It's not that clear. And I randomized her traits and then gave her like a random trait of liking flowers and stuff. So yeah, she has random traits. Her name is Savannah Sia, yep. And then, so now I go to the next girl. And I'm gonna just mess around with this one too. So I've got the hang of making them look cursed by now, but I'm just kind of experimenting on the different types of curse I can do, because for the last two I gave them like big chins and all that stuff, but for her I'm gonna make her like chunky and stuff. So yeah, so I gave all of them like weird eyes and stuff too. So I shrink her nose and then I enlarge her mouth just a little. But yeah, I make her eyebrows look all surprised. But then I was like, this isn't really so I gave her the haircut again, the mohawk. And then I needed a new color for it because that one didn't look good enough. So I gave her a black and green mohawk. So yeah. So now she's got the mohawk, and I wanted to make her look a little bit more cursed because she looked kind of cursed, but like not that bad yet. So I edit her eyebrows and her eyes a little bit, but the nose I think looks pretty good. So I'm gonna leave that, I think maybe. I think I might bring it down a little bit and enlarge the lips. Just a little, make them like smiling or shrink them, or I don't really know. Just mess around with it. So I shrunk her head. I made it bigger just to see which one would look the best. Then I made her face longer, and I think that turned out pretty good. So now I'm generating the name, and her name is... Oh, I mean, I'm randomizing traits too, and I said that she is a master chef. So just randomed it. Her name is Helen Blackwell too. So that's this one's name. Now we got a new one. So I accidentally did do it from story. So I basically just did it random. Just made it weird, like clicked on them random. Just to see what it would turn out like if I did that. So yeah, I just kept making it random and stuff. And I think it turned out, the person turned out looking good for what we were doing for the crew of the weird looking people. So I basically just filled out the questions, and I think pretty soon it'll be the lady. It'll show you what she looks like. But I think after like a few more, I don't know why I chose to do this, but this is the only one where I wrote her story. So for the rest, you won't have to watch this part. So yeah. Okay, this is the last one. So now you get, oh, nope, that wasn't actually the last one. So now you will get to see her. This is her. I think she'll look pretty funny with the mohawk and stuff. So her story was already written. So I basically just looked at her and I was like, I can probably work with this. Because like a funny grandma would be kind of funny, I think, for the thing. So I just mess around with it kind of. Give her the long chin like the rest. And yeah, I just give her a long chin. I mess with her lips. And then I basically am just messing around, seeing how funny I can make all of them look. Just with the big nose, the cheeks, the ears, everything. And the eyes are one of the main things that make the character funny, I feel like. Like the big eyes looking Asian or whatever makes the character the best, like the funniest probably. But also if you do really small eyes, it also looks kind of funny. But for this lady, I actually forgot the mohawk. But then later I came back and gave her it. Still in the video. But I did the random name. Her name is Sophia New. So I add another sim. And this is our new sim. She looks like we can work with it. So I give her the big cheeks. Come down to the chin. Make it longer. I mess with the lips a little again. So yeah, I'm just messing around. I find this fun. I just like to mess the Sims up. Just make them look as funny as possible. So I hope you guys like it too. I'm basically just messing with this person's face. Their features, giving them a big nose, curving their nose, making them have a long nose, just all that stuff. So I'm gonna move on to the eyes, I think, next. Yep, there's the eyes. So I bring the eyes down, and I'm gonna enlarge them. So she already looks kind of funny, I think. From a side view she does too, just with the long nose and everything. So yeah, I just messed with a few more things. I bring the eyebrows down. It looks funny, I think. So yeah, I'm then I go to change the hairstyle. So, yeah, but first I then remember that I forgot to give the Sophia new the mohawk, and she must have the mohawk, or else because we need everyone to have the mohawk, or it won't look as funny. The whole family, all of the characters need the mohawk. And it again made me do like everyone have the thing, instead like all of her things have the same mohawk instead of just generating all of them as the mohawk. But that's fine, I guess. Just, I don't know why it does that, just sometimes does that randomly. I think we only have like 2 Sims left. I think there was like, yeah, like 1 or 2. Yeah, so now she has the mohawk. I think it looks kind of cool. Now I'm gonna give this girl the mohawk, because everyone must have the mohawk in this family. So yeah, now I'm just giving her the mohawk. So I go to mohawk. So yeah, now I'm at the mohawk. So this is what she looks like with the mohawk. Mohawk again. I'm giving all of them mohawks. Just all of her different character mohawks. So yeah, I like all of the characters in this. I think they all look kind of, I don't know, funny in their own way. But I think the funniest character is the second character we did, just because, I don't know. Okay, yeah, so it's this guy and then another guy. And then it'll be done. So this guy wasn't too hard to work with. Just had to mess with his chin and everything, just to make him look as cursed as possible. I gave him that big chin. I haven't done that really for any of the characters yet, because I didn't really know that that was a thing. But yeah, so I gave him like the scowling eyebrows, kind of, you could say. So I think he came out good too, kinda. So I give him the Asian eyes and everything. Then I bring the eyes up, and I think that looks better than the Asian eyes, just because it looks more funny. I mess with the ears a little, and yeah, this is the guy. But I forgot for him too to give him the mohawk, so that's my bad. But his name is Corey Chan, I think. So yeah, this is Corey Chan. Corey Olsen. I read that wrong. I don't know how I messed it up that bad. It was really pixely on my screen, so I'm commentating, so I didn't read it as Corey Chan. Don't really know how I did that. Sorry about that. Corey Olsen. So I forgot to give him the mohawk, so I go back and give him the mohawk. So go to face, get the mohawk, and yeah. So these are like the funniest, ugliest Sims in the Sims that I've created, and yeah, there's gonna be 2 more people. I don't know how I keep messing the number up. I'm sorry about that. I'm giving him the mohawk right now, just all of his different types of the mohawk. So I got the mohawk now. Now we're on to, so I added a new sim, but I forgot to work with that one girl. So I go back to her, and now I'm on her. So I go and I edit her face. I give her big cheeks. I make the eyes really big. So yeah, I just give her all the features of everyone that everyone's already had, kind of, but just on her. So I give her, I'm messing with the lips right now, just seeing what it's like, what it'll look like. Give her the chin and everything. So yeah, I'm just messing with her, seeing how funny and ugly I can make her. But this one didn't turn out looking that ugly, but it still looked pretty, like, it's not the most ugly, but it still turned out looking pretty funny, I think. I gave her the chin and everything, but I think she looked pretty bad though. Still pretty ugly, pretty funny. Gave her the meanish eyebrows. Gave her the mohawk, but I needed to change the color because I didn't really like that color for the mohawk. And it generated as all of them for some reason. But now we're on to our last guy after I generate her name and her traits. So her name is Julia, I think. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry again. I'm just trying to read it and it's kind of blurry. No, it's Joe Olivia. How do I keep messing this up? I'm sorry, guys. My screen is just blurry there, so I read it as Joe Julia or whatever. So now we're on to this guy. So I gave this guy weird proportions afterwards too, but he started out with somewhat weird proportions. So yeah, I'm just basically just messing with it, seeing basically like the rest of them, just making him funny, making him ugly. I gave him the lips and everything. So this is our last guy. So he's not the most cursed, but he turned out pretty funny, pretty ugly. He's not the least cursed either. Like the least ugly person. I'm basically just messing with everything like I have been. So I gave him a big head, a big head just to see what it'll look like. And then I give him the mohawk. So now he's got the mohawk. So I changed the color to, like, I don't know, really, but it didn't generate everything for some reason. So I just give him the mohawk repeatedly. So now he's got the mohawk, and I think it looks pretty funny. This guy does. But he already had somewhat wonky proportions. So I'm just basically messing with them a little more, just making them more wonky. So, it's about time to be over, but that's fine. So, this guy I'm done with. I randomized the name, and now I'm on to the traits. So I make this guy evil. I give him like the deviance trait. And I randomize the rest of his traits, but then I'm like, I kind of want him to be evil, like all the way evil, not just as his trait. So I make him hot-headed. He's hot-headed. He's crazy. Yeah, I made him like erratic, like crazy. I was just trying to figure out which one I wanted him to be, but then I just decided he's gonna be crazy. first I made him jealous,
Narshkul.
and then I just made him mean.
Tanoba.
So I then realized that it didn't go through for some reason. So I had to come back and mess with it. So I had to take off childish and make him not be a genius. Put in hot-headed and erratic.
Arabia Labrador.
So yeah, this is our last guy. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Gene School. That's the last guy. Bowen Anderson is our first. Savannah Sealar or whatever is our second. Helen Blackwell is our third. Sophia New is our fourth. This girl is our fifth. Corey Olson is our sixth. Joe Ayla is our seventh. And Gene School is our eighth. So that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.